All right, what's going on, guys? Back at you with another video. It is Thursday night, and I want to get this out of the way. I know I'm running a little late, where the game is going to be in like 3 days, basically. So, finally made some time, by the way. So, first off, before I say this, there's like three things I got to say. One, this is going to the Eagles Nation, of course. I know I was very excited in my last video for, my opinion. I think it was a huge win. Not just because, the Patriots are a really, really good team. Plus, we came from 3 struggling losses. We lost to the Dolphins. We got blown out by 2 other teams, the Bucks and the Lions, just to beat the defending Super Bowl champions, the New England Patriots. And in my opinion, the Patriots are better than all 3 of them combined. So it's that crazy. So there's quite a confusion going on. But just because we still beat them, my opinion, I really don't care if Gronkowski was hurt or not, because everyone was still voting for the Patriots to beat us because, supposedly Tom Brady was supposed to be good and he's supposed to make every wide receiver, any wide receiver look famous. To be honest, I was saying the same thing too. And but the Eagles made lots of adjustments. They came back. They came back from a 14-0 deficit, scored 35 unanswered points, shocked the whole world, shocked all the Patriots fans, and just shocked everyone. Even shocked the division. It's everybody who just saw this shit. But just because we defeated the defending Super Bowl champions, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Yes, this was a huge win, but we still got 4 more games to go. So let us take it week by week. We still gotta take the division, and we have to, still at least fight our way into the wild card spot. So with that being said, let's see. So with that being said, guys, let's move on to the next. Now, I do want to put my 2 cents talking about LeSean McCoy, him and this whole situation with him and Chip Kelly, and DeMarco Murray, with him going above Chip Kelly to speak with Jeff Lurie. But first things first, let's talk about the Eagles hosting the Bills at Lincoln Financial Field. Now, my opinion is probably going to be a few issues. One, the Eagles are quite known at struggling at home. There are times they're doing a really good job, and there are also times where, they're just struggling. It's like a whole curse just going on. Don't know why. But barely lose to the Miami Dolphins, and you got blown out by the Buccaneers. That we can never get over. Even if we beat the defending Super Bowl champions. That's still the problem right there. Then we have Tyrod Taylor, who actually wanted to be an Eagle. It's crazy because Jameis Winston of the Buccaneers wasn't too sure if he wanted to be an Eagle or not, but I know for a fact that he was a huge fan. Back in Randall Cunningham's, back when we had Randall Cunningham, James Winston was a huge fan of the Eagles. And the craziest part, came to the Lincoln Financial Field, scored 5 touchdowns, made history. Then we got another one. We got Tyrod Taylor, who wanted to be an Eagle, but we let him slide. Now, our defense really need this. We're going to have to definitely step it up. Even though Tyrod Taylor is not as good as Tom Brady, but Tyrod Taylor is actually pretty good. He's doing a pretty good job so far in this season. This guy had 17 touchdowns, 4 interceptions for 2,100 yards. Compare that to Sam Bradford. The only thing Sam Bradford had Tyrod Taylor beating in is passing yards. Sam Bradford has 2,400 passing yards, but has 10 touchdowns and 14 interceptions. Even though Sam Bradford has 300 more passing yards than Tyrod Taylor, still doesn't matter. I still think that Tyrod Taylor is hands down doing a better job than Sam Bradford. And the craziest part is that Tyrod Taylor was hurt. He was out for a few games. That's the crazier part. So what can we do about that? How can we hold Tyrod Taylor down? Well, we can hold it down by, our secondaries, defense and secondaries, keeping up the good work. Because I think they had Tom Brady on lockdown. Well, I wouldn't say too much of a lockdown because Tom Brady did throw I believe it was 3 touchdowns and he got over 300 yards. But on the bright side, Tom Brady did throw 2 interceptions. So yeah, Tyrod Taylor, as long as we can keep him under pressure, Fletcher Cox and Fletcher Cox, Vinny Curry and Connor Barwin, just run through that offensive line, get Tyrod Taylor, at least everyone, just keep him on lockdown, and that'll, I think we can shut him down for sure. Now, the plays that we got to watch out for sure, besides Tyrod Taylor, we got to watch out for Sammy Watkins. He is another great wide receiver behind Percy Harvin. Now, to be honest, guys, if Percy Harvin wasn't hurt, the Bills would hands down be a really, really threat because Percy Harvin, let me put it this way. Percy Harvin, I believe, is out for the rest of the season. He's on injury reserve. And I'm going to say we're pretty lucky because he is a really, really good wide receiver. So now, pretty much, the only two plays that we got to watch out for on the Buffalo's end is Sammy Watkins and Charles Clay. Now, I want to say Charles Clay is he's not, I wouldn't say not too shabby, but he can definitely make plays as well, so you definitely got to watch out for him for sure. Him and Sammy Watkins. I know Sammy Watkins has scored 6 passing touchdowns with over 500 passing yards, I believe. So yeah, but still, I'm going to say that the Buffalo Bills have a pretty good offense for sure. Now, the number one player for sure we definitely got to watch out for. And this may be a problem, not just because he holds a strong grudge for Chip Kelly for, well, in his eyes, replacing him right away. But I think he's really going to make Chip Kelly regret for releasing him. LeSean McCoy. Now, we all know how good LeSean McCoy is. He's been an Eagle most of his time in the NFL. He's been an Eagle. And to be honest, I was a huge fan of LeSean McCoy. I always love watching this guy play. I always ask, give this guy the ball because for sure he can definitely make plays. He can make it happen. Just love how this guy always jump over people. He always, doing the dancing, the juking and everything. Always doing the great taunts, in touchdown and everything. LeSean McCoy was hands down one of the best running backs in, Eagles history. Be honest with you right now, he was one of the best running backs. It still sucks today that he's gone. To see him wearing a Buffalo Bills jersey just disgusts me. To be honest, ever since he left, I just don't think the running back talent has really been, I don't think the running talent has been the same since. But I feel like ever since he left, and he's really been showing his true colors, I'm starting to think I am happy that he was gone. But I'm going to get into that later on. Now, I talked about the offense. Moving on to, I'm going to talk about the defense because I don't really know too much about of the players on the defense. But what I can say is that they're also, you definitely got to watch out for their defense, especially when our offense is struggling. Our offense didn't really do too shabby. I think the only reason why, because, the Patriots were making those what the fuck plays, that so-called, when they try to punt it, square kick. I don't know what that was, but that gave us the momentum and moved the ball down to the field and scored that touchdown. But Sam Bradford only had 120 passing yards that game against the Patriots. 14 out of 24 passing attempts, and I believe only 2 touchdowns. One was to what's his name? Casey Matthews. And Casey Matthews. Jordan Matthews. And I believe Zach Ertz. Was it Zach Ertz, I believe? I believe it was Zach Ertz. I'll fix it if I'm wrong in the description. I still think our offense could have did a whole lot better against Tom Brady and the Patriots, but I still think our offense is the main problem of this team, and I think they really need to get it together because you're going against. I think the Bills are better. Could be a better. I think the Bills could be a better. Have a better defense than the Patriots, so we can't afford to struggle here. I know our defense and our special team is definitely going to do their thing, but our offense may be the problem. But I think it's going to be a really, really close. I think it's going to be a really, really good game. Only problem is, we need our fans to, to keep rooting for the team. Give them that fire. Like give them that spark. To put just, we got to stop booing and discourage them and everything. Building the frustration. We got to throw some positivity. We got to support the team and have them win this game, basically. Because I think we're looking at so far from it looks like it's going to be, I think it's going to be a good game, might be a close game. But we can definitely make it better, though. But the player that we definitely got to watch out for sure, our number one player is going to be LeSean McCoy. Because, like I said, he's coming in with a lot of heat. He's coming in, for revenge. He got a lot of grudge for Chip Kelly. And without a doubt, he's going to give it all he's got and make Chip Kelly regret. He's going to make Chip Kelly, he's going, deep in his mind, he's going to give it all he's got. He's going to make Chip Kelly regret for getting rid of him. No doubt. That's how any player feels. So we're going to need, what we're going to need for our team to do, keep Tyrod Taylor on lockdown, keep LeSean McCoy, put him back in his place because he's definitely been talking a lot of shit, especially to our coach. Keep him on, put him back in his place. And our offense really got to stay focused. We got to move the ball. We definitely got to move the ball because the Bills got a pretty good defense. And so moving on from that, I want to talk about LeSean McCoy. This whole situation that's happened recently. So first off, I want to start off what happened in the offseason. A lot of people know what happened in the offseason. Ever since LeSean McCoy got released, Chip Kelly finally decides to explain everything what happened. Basically, when Chip Kelly made the move, it was supposed to take effect soon, and Chip Kelly never had the time to go and chat with LeSean McCoy. So because of that, he admitted it was a trade going absolutely wrong because LeSean McCoy took it completely the wrong way. Of course, now because of that, he has how do you say, respect? Respect for Chip Kelly. No, for who am I kidding? He can't fucking stand Chip Kelly, man. He claims that even though he has respect for Chip Kelly, but he don't want to shake his hand. He don't want to, look at him. He don't want to talk to him. He don't even want to look in his direction. Of course, he doesn't have a problem, speaking with Deuce Staley or the players on the team, and of course the fans. He say he still got a lot of love for the fans. But Chip Kelly, on the other hand, he wants nothing to do with him. It's crazy, in my opinion. I think it's real petty. I mean, let's think about it. I mean, I'm gonna start with Chip Kelly. The media goes to Chip Kelly, they ask him questions. They ask how you feel about Chip Kelly. How they feel about LeSean McCoy. Chip Kelly said that, he feels bad. He feel like, it's a trade going absolutely wrong. And, he has nothing but respect for LeSean McCoy. He'll be more than happy to shake his hand and chat with him anytime. Now, so we all get the impression that, Chip Kelly has nothing against LeSean McCoy. So, the media, of course, without a doubt, goes to LeSean McCoy, asks him the same question. And, realizing LeSean McCoy in his true colors. So, LeSean McCoy goes off on the media, goes from 0 to 100. Say he had a lot of profanity. Let's just say the interview didn't go very well. He was saying that, Chip Kelly won't get shit from me. He would not shake a hand. I will not shake his hand. I will not say anything to him. I will not even look at his direction. I don't want anything to do with him. I have no rap for him. But yet, you said before all that, you said that you got nothing but respect for him. He is not an enemy. He is nothing. But in that case, if you got nothing but respect for Chip Kelly, then why don't you be a man, walk up and shake his hand? That's all you got to do. it seems to me, and I'm pretty sure everyone's going to say the same thing. You got a huge grudge against him, and you want to make him pay for getting rid of you. LeSean McCoy, you claim you got respect for him, but during the offseason, you called him a racist. You say he got rid of all the good black players. You, Trent Cole, Deshaun Jackson, Jeremy Maclin. Who else he got rid of? If I miss anyone else, I apologize. I'll mention them later on. But it's really ironic that you say that. For you to call Chip Kelly a racist. It's really funny that you say that because last time I checked, we still got a lot of black players on the team. As a matter of fact, I'm going to say at least 70% of the people on the team are black. We got Walter Thurman. We have Jordan Hicks, even though he's hurt. We got Malcolm Jenkins, Lane Johnson, Jason Peters, Fletcher Cox. I'm not sure if I said Fletcher Cox. Well, we got Fletcher Cox. We got the best part, the guy who replaced you, DeMarco Murray. He is black. Darren Sproles. So where are you getting this? Where are you getting this thing that you're accusing him of being racist? Just what are you trying to get with that? What were you trying to prove? What were you hoping to gain from that? And then you don't want to stand up for your own self you don't want to speak up for your own self after you went out to the media and basically called him a racist. You try to avoid that and you ain't want to, speak up for yourself. So what kind of man are you to claim that you respect this guy, but you don't want to speak to him? You call him a racist. Oh, but you still got nothing but respect for him, huh? LeSean McCoy, in my eyes, you're acting like a teenager or most likely a female who be at a hair salon doing, spitting nothing but gossips behind this person's back, but now you want to be a best friend when you see them. You're being that kind of person. You're being real immature. You're being extremely petty. As a matter of fact, you're acting like a little bitch right now. I'm being honest with you. A man who is afraid to speak up for himself to the media for calling Chip Kelly a racist, and then you don't want to shake his hand just because he got rid of you and he replaced you for a division rival running back. You're acting like a little bitch. I'm just saying. And it's crazy because you was like honestly my favorite player on the team. And I really missed you for being on the team. I missed the talent, to say the least. I really did miss the talent. But after all that, I'm just happy you're gone. I'm going to be honest with you. After all that, I'm really happy you're gone. So I really hope that they put this guy in his place and shut this guy up for good. I don't wish injury upon nobody, so we're definitely not going that far. I really don't wish that, injury upon LeSean McCoy. I don't wish injury upon LeSean McCoy. But what I do wish is that our Russian defense step it up because they have been very suspect. I mean, on the plus side, there's only 3 running backs that ran over 100 yards out of 12 or 13 out of 13 games. There were only 3 running backs that allowed over 100 yards, and that was Jonathan Stewart, Darren McFadden, and Doug Martin. Everyone else they didn't allow over 100 yards. But LeSean McCoy, who I believe is a lot better than all 3 of them. I really hope that our Russian defense can step it up and put this bitch in place. That's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. So LeSean McCoy, not until you man the fuck up and speak up for yourself, just shut the fuck up and just shut up, period. Just shut up and know your place. You're not a real man. You're not a man unless you step up to the plate and speak up for yourself. And then when Chip Kelly tried to work things out with you and speaking to you on the phone, you was ignoring his calls. You're a little bitch. All right, but it's whatever, man. Let LeSean McCoy be him, the typical little pussy that he is. Now I'm gonna, last but not least, I'm gonna move on to the next and speak about DeMarco Murray. Now, this guy goes above Chip Kelly and speaks with Jeffrey Lurie, addressing his frustration. Talking about how, he's really upset that he's not getting the ball very often. He doesn't appreciate being he doesn't appreciate being used as a decoy. Now, in a way, as an Eagles fan, it's like, I want to say I really do understand where he's coming from, for we all thought that he was very talented, and I thought that he would fill in the gap that, we needed a running back since LeSean McCoy left. I really thought that DeMarco Murray, filled that gap for sure. I don't think he was better than LeSean McCoy, but I do think that he filled in the gap. I think he was good enough to fill the gap that we needed a running back. But when I realized that they signed him for $40 million contract, they really overpaid the shit out of him. And And the times that they gave DeMarco Murray the ball, even though not enough, but the times that they gave it to him, he hasn't really been doing anything. Even if, it requires an offensive line to make a running back look famous. If that's the case, then how is Ryan Matthews and Darren Sproles doing a whole lot better than DeMarco Murray, and they all rely on the same offensive line? You tell me. So it's like, I do understand where DeMarco Murray is coming from, but in a way, I also understand, Chip Kelly, that, you don't want to give the ball too much to DeMarco Murray because he's not really doing much, to be honest with you. He's not really doing much. This guy hasn't even hit over 600 yards yet. And you're overpaying this guy $40 million. Really? But I mean, you did overpay the shit out of DeMarco Murray. And they did say that, and about this LeSean McCoy trade, that, the reason they got rid of LeSean McCoy because LeSean McCoy really wanted too much. They want to pay him so much money that, Chip Kelly instead got 3 running backs for the price of 1. Ryan Matthews, I don't know that other fourth string running back. I don't remember him. Can't remember his name. DeMarco Murray and Darren Sproles. 4 of those running backs for the, I'm going to say 4 of those running backs for the price of 1. And to be honest with you, I don't think LeSean McCoy was all that good last year. I'm going to tell you that right now. I don't think he was all that good last year. He wasn't even reliable in the red zone. Plain and simple. DeMarco Murray. I do understand that he is very, frustrated that he hasn't been getting the ball. But I would have to agree with him. Especially the fact that you're paying this guy $40 million. You better be giving him the ball. You better give him the ball over 30 or 40 times. For all that matter. Give him the ball over 30 or 40 times. But DeMarco Murray's got to make it happen. This guy only scored 4 touchdowns throughout the season. Ryan Matthews scored 5 touchdowns. And he barely hit over 400 yards. How's my honest opinion, Ryan Matthews has been doing a better job, even though he's been hurt. He was out for, the past 3 games and they haven't been using him much. But the times they use Ryan Matthews and Darren Sproles, they've both been doing one hell of a job. And this is coming from a not too shabby offense that we all these running backs have to rely on. It's plain and simple. And last but not least, I'm gonna end it after that. I think this whole talk with DeMarco Murray and Jeff Lurie should have never left the office, period. Because now there's going to be a huge situation. Everyone's going to automatically assume that DeMarco Murray is going to be leaving the Eagles or Chip Kelly's going to get rid of him. I think that's what I think now. I think that DeMarco Murray is very ashamed to be a part of the Chip Kelly office now. Ever since that situation happened with DeMarco Murray going above Chip Kelly to Jeff Lurie. Otherwise, DeMarco Murray would have just went straight to Chip Kelly instead. That's a sign right there. And that's going to be a huge problem. But that's all I got to say, guys. The Eagles and the Bills playing Sunday night. I'm not sure if Sunday. Not sure it's going to be Sunday night. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. But they will be playing on Sunday. I'm highly looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a really, really good game. But the Eagles Nation really needs to keep it together. Not sure if this whole curse is going on for Lincoln Financial Field, but it's got to stop. We got to show some faith, because it's like when the Eagles play at home, it's like, I don't know. It's like they're like on and off. But we need to stop that and throw a lot of positivity to this team and make it happen. So let's get this win. Let's put LeSean McCoy in his place, because I'm getting sick and tired of this fucking guy. I really am. So this is Aaron checking on out of here. And always remember, EAGLES, Eagles! Beat Buffalo Bills.